What's the perfect cold email to send to get a mentor? This video is brought to you by Email 10K. Learn how to book meetings with billion-dollar brands and take your company to the next level at email10k.com. A lot of us, when we're just starting out with entrepreneurship, think that we need some mentor to take us to the next level. I wonder where that idea might come from. It's something that a lot of people talk about. You need a mentor to get to the next level. And they're kind of right. But the way that most people go about asking for a mentor or thinking about mentorship is flawed. So let's talk about the right way to do it. Now, I've been lucky enough to have some game-changing mentors in my life. For instance, Tom at Dom & Tom was the founder of the agency that gave me the shot and allowed me to become director of marketing, basically set up my entire career. Now, I owe a lot to him. He is an amazing person. And I met him at a networking event, and that's that. I never asked him to be my mentor. We hosted a podcast for 2-3 years. We talked to everyone from best-selling authors to multi-million-dollar business consultants to multi-million-dollar mining CEOs to Academy Award-winning producers. All of these people contacted via cold email. And some of them have gone on to have mentor-mentee relationships with. I talk to them, we go back and forth sometimes, I get advice. But it comes down to realizing what a mentor actually is. Nobody is going to hold your hand and pull you up to the next level. You need to be demonstrating your value constantly to them. So how do you get a mentor and what does that even mean? The first thing you want to do is set a goal. What do you want to accomplish specifically? Is this mentor going to get you a job at their company? Is this mentor going to help you make the movie of your dreams? Like literally, there's a million things a mentor could do. Is your mentor going to help you become better at relationships? Maybe a better father to your children? Like literally, what do you want this mentor to do? That's worth asking yourself and deciding on. What are you actually trying to accomplish? And keep it simple. If your goal is to reach the next stage of your career, then your mentor doesn't need to be a Fortune 500 CEO. It might just be a director, maybe at another company, and you're a junior and you're talking to them, and that's enough. You don't need to talk to the CEO. So whatever it is, identify who you're going after. Then the second thing you want to do is answer this question, and I'll answer it for you as well because it's a hard question. What value can you bring to these high-level people? Well, the biggest value that you can bring, and the reason why they take these meetings at all and why they love to take these meetings, is if you're an accomplished person, you are pretty smart. If you get into the mind of an accomplished person, there's somebody who usually doesn't mess around. They're normally pretty serious, and there's somebody who wants to be taken seriously. So the biggest value that you can give as a junior person reaching out to a mentor is you listen to them. If they have any advice for you, you take the advice, you implement the advice, and you report back. Then the mentor relationship can evolve naturally over time. That's all that is. And then you look back and you're like, oh, that person was my mentor, but nobody in this relationship has said the word mentor. That's how it normally works. So you have that. Then the third thing you want to do is come up with one thing that you can ask for. The ask is not, hey, will you mentor me for the rest of my life once a week? The ask will be something like a 30-minute coffee meeting or a podcast interview or an interview in general. I'll show you the script that you can use in a second. You can just copy paste it and start using this. A sit down in their city, just something that is small enough that they can actually do it. You're not asking them for a commitment of a lifetime. You're asking them for 20 minutes. Now I'll show you the email script that you can use right now. And you can also grab this down below. So the email script is subject, can I interview you? This is one we used with Neil Patel, and I talked to him a couple times. So hey Neil, my name's Alex Berman, and I love all the insight at QuickSprout. I would love to do a video interview with you for a project I'm working on. The project is to interview 3 professional salespeople, find out their motivations and some important aspects of selling. Also, it would be cool to interview you. How is August 7th at 10 a.m. Pacific? Have a great day, Alex. Easy. So you change salespeople to whatever, and then I would customize this line as well. I love all the insight at QuickSprout. Could be anything about them. My project is to interview 3 professional salespeople, and this is just a project that I assigned to myself. This isn't a school project or anything. And salespeople could be, my project is to interview 3 professional graphic designers, find out their motivations and some important aspects of designing, or architects, or whatever you want to be mentored in. That's where you start. So this is the email, copy paste this, put your email here, put your phone number here, and send this to more than one person, like 25, 30 people, and you'll get your mentor. So you send something like that, and then you ask them great questions for 30 minutes. The way to ask a great question, and I think we have a video on this as well, the way to ask a great question is to do your research, and not ask something obvious. How do you know if your question is obvious? Well, if you can answer the question yourself, if you can guess their answer, it's not a good question. So for instance, if I was talking to a graphic designer and the question I have is, what's a typical day look like? Now, if I think, what do you think they're gonna say? I think to that question, they're gonna be like, well, no 2 days are the same. So you could say instead something like, I know no 2 days are the same as a graphic designer, but what does your typical day look like in terms of, whatever it is? Just some specific thing that you're actually wondering about. You're not asking these questions for your health or to build a relationship. Remember why you want a mentor. You want a mentor so that you can get better at whatever the skill is. So ask questions around the thing you actually want to improve upon. And let's say you are a graphic designer and they're an accomplished graphic designer. They love that. They're nerds about graphic design. So don't worry about coming off too nerdy or anything like that or going too deep. Just remember why you're doing this. And if you can't think of something, then don't ask for the meeting. For instance, let's say I wanted to hang out with like Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's no reason for me to talk to Arnold Schwarzenegger right now. Literally no reason. What am I gonna do? Ask him bodybuilding tips? Ask him how to become a movie star or a governor? Like there's no reason for me to meet with him, so I would not meet with him. If I had a reason to, then I could have a chance of asking and maybe getting the meeting. But if there's no reason for you to be in the same room as this other person, if however I was an up and coming bodybuilder, then maybe I would try to meet with Arnold Schwarzenegger because that would make sense. Or even a governor, wanting to be a governor, or wanting to be a movie star. Like literally, if I'm in his realm of competency, then it would be worth reaching out to. But otherwise, there's no reason to meet with him. And so it would be a waste of his time and my time if I were to reach out. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So you ask your good questions, then at the end of the interview, ask if you can keep them updated via email. If they say yes, you ask for their email address or you already have it. You can consider yourself having a mentor. Just please do not call them your mentor. Send them emails when you have questions, but more importantly, take whatever advice they gave you during that interview and email them about the advice, what you did to implement what they said, and your results. And they'll get back to you and you'll have a conversation going. Because most of these guys, let's say they have 10 coffee meetings a year at the very minimum. 9 out of 10 of them are gonna be underperforming people who they'll sit there for a half hour, they'll be super excited, they'll take the advice, they'll maybe even write it down, but they won't implement it, or if they do, they'll implement it and never get back to the original person. So these mentors are so used to time wasters that if you can be the one person that actually implements what they say, you'll get their attention. And as long as you can keep doing that, they'll keep talking to you and you'll have your mentor. And if they ignore your first few emails, just move on. They don't want to be your mentor. It's totally fine. That's why you have multiple targets. That's why you're going after multiple people. And don't get offended if Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't want to talk to you, all right? Talk to Lou Ferrigno. I heard he was great. So that's how to find a mentor. You set a goal, you think about what value you can give. Most of the time it's just taking their advice and implementing it. Come up with one thing that you can ask for, usually a 30-minute meeting, and send them an email at the end with an update. That's all you need to do. This video is brought to you by Email 10K. If you want high-paying clients without spending money on paid ads, you might want to watch this. I'm Alex Berman, and I've been able to grow a services business by over $1 million in revenue and get to work with billion-dollar customers. For instance, you ever built a website for a restaurant? You might get $500. But if you build that same website for a financial services firm, they will pay you $50,000 for the exact same website. And that's what this presentation is all about. So click the link below, enter your details, and check out my presentation. It's already helped hundreds of business owners and even complete beginners. So again, make sure you click the link below and let me help you get started. If you want this email script, check out the description below. You can have that for free. Subscribe for more videos like this. We also have more videos on how to find a great job, and it goes into similar detail on what these interviews are actually for. Some people call them informational interviews if you use them to get a job. It's all the same process. This is also similar to what we cover in our course Email 10K, which you can grab below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Like this video to encourage this type of content. Leave a comment down below. Did this work for you? Let me know. How's this email script? Test it out in the world and let me hear the results, and we'll work on it from there. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Berman.